This here is an article from the Citizen. It says MCSK, that's a Music Copyright Society of Kenya, is unable to account for 56 million shillings in royalties collected in 2023. So it says the MCSK is under fire for failure to account for 56 million collected as royalties in 2023.
Yes.
This was revealed by the Kenya Copyright Board Chairman Joshua Kutunyi on Wednesday, who flagged a disparity in the royalties collected by MCSK, Kenya Association of Music Producers Camp, and the Performance Rights Society of Kenya, PRISC, last year. So these are the three organizations, the music collective management organizations, and they were invited to meet Kekobo Board of Directors to account for the monies collected in 2023. And from the information presented by the three CMOs, the board said it established that a sum of, I think they say 249 million was collected jointly from January to December 2023. So basically there's some missing money, and this Kekobo has requested the Department for Criminal Investigation and the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission to open an investigation on the Music Copyright Society of Kenya and their CEO, Ezekiel Mutua.
So, and also to provide context, this is coming up because of a tweet that Nonini Mugenge True had posted some time back, maybe about 2 weeks ago. And it was how there was a misappropriation of funds that was happening. Or not, it was misappropriation, but you know, when you look at the headline, how much had been collected and how much was being used to pay for administrative purposes or whatever, and how much was being dished out, that the discrepancy was really alarming. So he tweets, and then Ezekiel Mutua, the current CEO, the head of MCSK, of course, tweets, and they get into this tweet, and lawyers are involved or whatever. So what ends up happening is Moses Kuria comes out and says now that Moses Kuria comes out and says that moving forward he's gonna suggest to propose table something where now royalties are going to be collected on eCitizen, through eCitizen. Unfortunately, that is not his docket.
So that's why I was going to ask,
it's not his docket.
Kuria was speaking at what capacity?
It is not his docket. It's Aisha Jumwa's docket.
Correct. He shouldn't have been speaker. He's a guy of trade.
You remember?
Why is he speaking?
You remember how you're talking about and I wanted to mention that the government currently is so disjointed, even in messaging. The
optics are bad.
People are making their own roadside declarations
on other people's dockets.
Yeah, those are not good.
And
optics.
Moses Kuria has been he does that all the time. It's not
his docket at all. Kabisa.
Actually, he's like an official government spokesman.
He's like a mercenary. You know,
he's the guy you send to do the dirty work.
But that's why I say he's an unofficial government spokesman, because he speaks not in an official capacity. And then now, if you want to fire arrows at him, fire them. But he's already done the work.
He
didn't start yesterday. He was doing this in UK's government.
I think what Moses Kuria does is that I think this is done with some sense of unofficial officialdom. Is just go throw this out there,
see what happens.
Let's see how the public will react to it, and then if it's a bad reaction, we can say, oh no, it's Moses Kuria who said it. We're not. But if the public embraces it, then so I think that's a tactic.
It's a tactic
that the government has been
and
using.
By the way, let me give a big shout out to Nonini.
Nanene.
He has career. He just bagged the Pulse Music Video Award yesterday. For the international reggae, nominated for the International Reggae and World Music Awards, that will be going down in Florida March 22nd. So the Pulse Award that they got was him and Temi for the remix of Keroro.
Yeah.
So anyway, So Moses Kuria does what he does. So now they start getting into a tiff between him and Aisha because ideally, yo, my man, you're in my docket. Higher. Twitter. We see a post of Aisha Juma, Kekobo guy, and so Aisha puts out a statement. I had a brief meeting today with the chairman of Kenya Copyright Board, Joshua Kutuni, and the executive director, Edward Sigei, this afternoon. Our discussion centered on performance of licensed CMOs, payment of royalties, Thought eCitizen, and the prospect of a GOK collective management organization. The ministry is looking at directing all payments through the eCitizen platform in line with the presidential directive. This may include the collection of royalties through eCitizen platform, which is under active consideration. We also spoke about the draft copyright bill, now awaiting cabinet decision. We agreed on the need to involve all stakeholders in discussions on all the above to improve industry. I emphasized on the need for accountability in the sector, especially on the royalties that are a source of income for thousands of artists in the country. I wish to urge investigative agencies to expedite the investigations into alleged mismanagement of funds at the Music Copyright Society of Kenya. So that came out after that meeting. So what more, like you said, whatever Moses Kuria threw, the person in charge of the docket ideally accepted it, but in a way said it was something that it's a proposal that we're looking into. So all funds to go into to be collected through eCitizen.
Yeah, but I think already, like throwing that in the public, sometimes it's testing to see what the public reaction is going to be.
Yes.
Let's say like they wanted to see what the reaction from the music family is going to be.
So now, here's the interesting thing. So Ezekiel Muto was interviewed on Spice, the Situation Room. And he goes into how it's managed, what they do, how they're supposed to do to run, what's going on. Talking about it was in arrears, KRA, they owed the KRA. He called all the stakeholders, told them, we're going to go into a payment plan. We have to pay this, and that is why, apparently, according to him, because they have to pay all this, that the monies are being diverted to pay what they owe in taxes. Whatever is left is being disbursed, but whatever is left, the administrative costs and whatnot. That is fine. And then now
that is not fine.
No. Wait, let me finish, bro. Calm down. I know. Okay, it's not fine, but it's what he said.
Yeah.
Then the report comes out that they're about to gazette disbursements that are supposed to happen, I believe, in April.
Yeah.
For what they collected the last quarter or this quarter. He said something about disbursing and gazetting disbursement to all stakeholders, 16,000 members or whatever. And then this report comes out of the 56 million or whatever. For me, what is more concerning is I'm not hearing a lot of registered members of MCSK siski wakisema. I'm not seeing the hula baloo, the noise that needs to be made. Fine, they had that press conference with the UDA. With
Rafton.
Yeah, Rafton, the UDA guy of that area.
Yeah.
But then after that, you haven't heard anything. I threw, there's a creatives group, I just threw in the Ezekiel Mutua interview, and they said, this guy is a thief or whatever. And that's that.
Yeah.
That is what is more concerning, because it's like either at this point, guys don't care, and they're like, watch a yende. As long as I get mines, I'm okay. Of course, he listed, there was a list. Kutuni read a list of guys who were supposed to have made money, about 10 of them.
Yeah, and how much they were given and how much they were supposed to make.
Yes.
That was a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you're
mean,
talking
like-
about 500,000-600,000 Kenya shilling discrepancy.
Difference. Yeah.
Difference.
Yeah, they were 6 times. Because
Yes.
basically, whatever you got, you would make 6 times of whatever you got.
But I think that number is based on, I think MCSK right now is disbursing, I think about, is it 10% of what they collect? But they're supposed to be, so according...
70.
They're saying it's 70. Now, this 70% number, you know, because mnajua mi kawaida yangu, I have to go and open the hood, kuangalia engine, kukona nini huko ndani. So here's the thing, and artists, you know, like, please, because me, I'm looking at the law as the law is. So the Copyright Act does not have a 70% number. What the Copyright Act does is that it gives the right to Kekobo to regulate, and there's another word they use. It gives them a right to do certain things. So now the issue is, does the Copyright Act have a right to mandate 70%? That's what's in court. And the courts have not determined that. So the stay that was given, because this case is still in progress, the stay that was given was for MCSK to continue doing, you know, like whatever they're
Until
doing.
this
For
case
all
is
the
settled.
for all the CMOs.
Yeah, for all the CMOs, until it's determined. However, the music fraternity is saying that Kekobo has the right to do this, and that's okay, but this thing is in court. You know, like, the court is the one that's going to make a determination, you know, because MCSK is saying this is an agreement between the CMOs and the artists. You know, like, when you have the Copyright Act mandating, it's going to be interfering with what's supposed to be an agreement between the artists and that's the problem that we have right now. The other problem that I'm also seeing, you know, like, as a bystander, because I'm not an artist, the other problem that I'm seeing also with the artists, and I can understand, you know, like, they're frustrated with the current setup, but I think this is, you know, like, what the government is proposing. I don't know who came up with that e-citizen proposal, because to me, this e-citizen proposal is, in character of this government, is another solution looking for problems. Yeah, that's a solution, because e-citizen already has, we're already experiencing a lot of problems with this e-citizen thing, because money is going to a consolidated fund and there's no money being ring-fenced. So hii pesa ya royalty inaweza kupatikana and then iende kulipa deni. You know? And that's what are you going to say?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's going, e-citizen, it's going to a consolidated fund. And that's the reason why, you know, like, there's some delays in processing of passports, because this money that's being received, it's going to this fund, whereby it's supposed to be for hii kazi. Ni kama unapatiwa pesa ya school fees, but then you decide that, oh, you know, let me go buy clothes with this, or let me go
Let me go loan Omosh, because I'm gonna loan him some chums, and then, because he said I might get a 10% or 15%
yeah,
return.
so something like
that.
Yeah, so and I know, you know, artists are looking at this, and this is another channel where we can get our rightfully owned money, but then they also have to think about this way. This is not going to happen overnight. Remember, we're in 2024. 2027 is coming close. What happens when we're close to elections? Governments look for support from artists, because they know artists have a certain influence on a certain segment of the population. Remember what happened in the 2022 elections? Yeah, the artists were promised, there were so many things. The Baka, they went and sat on wheelbarrows.
Brown envelopes.
Yeah, they
Brown
sat on
envelopes,
wheelbarrows.
yes.
Yeah.
And